सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Repeat once. Om Namo Namo Om Namo अच्युताय नमः। श्री अनंताय नमः। अच्युताय नमः। श्री अनंताय नमः। सुंदराय नमः। सुरवंदिताय नमः। सुंदराय नमः। सुरवंदिताय नमः। माधवाय नमः। मधुसूदनाय नमः। माधवाय नमः। मधुसूदनाय नमः। कारणाय नमः। नारायणाय नमः। कारणाय नमः। നാരായണായ നമോ. നമോ നമോ നമോ. നമോ നമോ നമോ. ഓം നമോ നമോ നമോ. ഓം നമോ നാരായണായ. 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 ഓം യം ബ്രഹ്മാ വരുണേന്ദ്രരുദ്രമരുതഃ സ്തുന്വന്തി ദിവ്യൈസ്തവൈഃ വേദൈः സാംഗപദക്രമോപനിഷदैः ഗായന്തി യം സാമഗാഃ ധ്യാനാവസ്ഥിതതദ്ഗതേന മനസാ പശ്യന്തി യം യോഗിനഃ യസ്യാന്തം ന വിദുഃസുരാസുരഗണാഃ ദേവായ തസ്മൈ നമഃ. ദേവായ തസ്മൈ നമഃ. Let us chant the first few verses together. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ पंचदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमयोगः. श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि Yastam Veda sa Vedavit Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakha Guna pravruddha Adhascha mulanyanu कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. So the 15th chapter begins with the description of samsara vriksha, the tree of transmigration. So this Ashwatha vriksha is not something to be found out. Each and every one of us, we are that tree. The desires in us and the world that is formed around us, and the reason why we come back again and again to this world. That is what is pointed out by this tree. So, what does Bhagavan say? Now, the question is, coming to this world, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Coming to this world, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Then we have to determine whether we have to cut this tree or to nourish this tree. So here, Bhagavan, in other chapters, Bhagavan says, Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. There is a humming sound. If I keep it near, there is a sound. If I keep it far, by the time I figure out how to deal with it, yajna is over. Hari Om, I think this is fine. So, this we have to be very clear. Coming to this world is a terrible thing. Living in this body is a very painful thing. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkham anudarshanam. So this is one of the virtues. Anudarshanam, constantly seeing. What we have to see? Dukkham, sorrow. Seeing sorrow in taking an embodiment, in living in this physical body, constantly seeing sorrow. Very sorrow in this life. Janma is sorrow. Birth is painful. Mrityu, death is painful. Jara, old age is painful. Vyadhi, disease is painful. Sometimes coming in contact with certain people, that is painful. Sometimes when near and dear ones go away from us, that is painful. Varieties of pains are there. In this body itself, how many types of disease can come? So really speaking, it is not a wonderful thing to take up a body. No, Swamiji, in the scriptures it is said, getting a human birth is because of great punyas. Getting a human birth, definitely yes, it is because of punyas. But what is the greatness of human birth? To put an end to all birth For that, human birth is very useful. So human birth by itself is not great. It helps us in putting an end to repeated birth-death cycle. That is why it is great. But one thing is for sure. See, as long as we don't understand this, there is no question of desiring to chop this tree. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva means what? Putting an end to birth-death cycle. So this has to be properly understood. Mumukshutvam comes from, mumukshutvam is a desire. It's a desire for liberation. Liberation from birth-death cycle. But where is this desire coming from? The desire is coming from this realization that taking a birth in whichever form is basically painful only. It is nothing but suffering. This has to be understood. So that is why you see this realization doesn't come in gross minds. It comes only in a sensitive mind. It comes only in a mature mind. Bhagavan himself calls this world Dukkhalayam. What do you mean by Dukkhalayam? Alayam means what? Abode. Aushadhalayam. Medical store is called Aushadhalayam. Abode of medicine. Vidyalayam. Abode of knowledge. School is called Vidyalayam. Ashwalayam. Abode of horses. Ashwa. So what should be Dukkhalayam? Abode of sorrow. Now who is this? Who is telling this? Not somebody, not a pessimistic person, not a person who has failed in life, a failure in life, saying that everywhere there is only, some songs and all are there, Hindi songs. He has been utter failure in life, then all these songs come. Not some Tom, Dick and Harry who is a failure in life, he is telling that this world is Dukkhalayam. No, Bhagavan himself. Who is Bhagavan? The creator of this universe. He is telling, Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam na apnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gata. Those who reach me, they will not come back to this world. This world which is dukkha alayam, an abode of sorrow. So the question is, in this world, what are you seeing? Are you seeing misery or are you seeing joy? Are you seeing pleasure or are you seeing pain? If you are seeing pleasure, happiness, joy, then there is some problem with you. Some people come and say, Swamiji, why do you criticize this, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, etc. I love to come back. Why do you want to come back? Swamiji, there are so many places I have not visited. There are so many food which I have not eaten. Mexican, Italian, so many places, so many wonderful things are there. You are all very pessimistic people. Always talking negative things. Spiritual people are neither pessimistic nor optimistic. They are realistic. They are in touch with the realities of life. So that is why chopping the tree is mentioned here. Chopping the tree means what? Putting an end to the very cause of rebirth. May you not come back. Destroy this tree. There is a tree of transmigration. Tree of birth-death cycle. Now very interestingly, in the beginning it is said, Chandamsi yasya parnani. Isn't it? The first verse, Urdhvamula madhashakham Ashwatham prahuravyayam Chandamsi yasya parnani. What is the leaves? What are the leaves of this tree? The leaves nourish the tree. The leaves beautify the tree. And then you are saying, chop the tree. And that chopping the tree also is a part of Veda only. Viveka Vairagya, where is it coming? Vedas. Now we have to understand these are the two parts in the Vedas. In the morning also we had seen. Mundakopanishad. What are the two parts? Karmakanda and jnanakanda. Two parts. 90% of the Vedas, it is Karmakanda only. What is the philosophy of Karmakanda? Fulfill your desires and be happy. That is Karmakanda. Perform rituals, fulfill your desire and be happy. So, when we say Chandamsi Asya Parnani, those leaves represent Karmakanda portion of the Vedas. These Karmakanda portion nourish the ego. By nourishing, by fulfilling the desires. Whenever you fulfill worldly desires, the ego is nourished. That is why there are the leaves there. In the initial stages, the immature minds are fit only for Karmakanda, not for Jnanakanda. Then what is the portion of Jnanakanda? Jnanakanda also talks about happiness only. Karmakanda also talks about happiness. Jnanakanda also talks about happiness. But what is the way to gain happiness there? Not by fulfilling desires, but putting an end to desires by putting an end to the desirer. This is the difference. Who is the desirer? The ego. The wrong notion about the self. That is a desirer. So, Karmakanda gives us happiness by fulfilling the desires. Jnanakanda promises us infinite happiness by putting an end to the desirer. Karmakanda gives us finite happiness. Jnanakanda gives us infinite happiness. Karmakanda gives us temporary happiness, perishable happiness. Jnanakanda gives imperishable happiness. Both are the portions of the Vedas only. One for the immature ones, the beginners, the other for the advanced ones. The one portion is to take the person from tamas to rajas. The other one is for the person to go beyond sattva. Jnanakanda is for sattvic people, mature people, people who have sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Virtuous mind, pure mind, higher knowledge is given. Gross mind, lower knowledge is given. So this way we have to understand. So Bhagavad Geeta is Karmakanda or Jnanakanda? Bhagavad Geeta is the essence of the Upanishads. Upanishad is nothing but Vedanta. Vedanta. This is another name for Jnanakanda. Vedanta. Then the other one is Veda Purva. Karmakanda becomes Veda Purva. Jnanakanda becomes Vedanta or Vedanta. Vedanta and Upanishad both are one and the same. So there are two portions in the Vedas. Karmakanda, Jnanakanda. Karmakanda, they are the leaves, they nourish the tree. They nourish the samsara tree. You want to be happy? Then fulfill this desire, this desire. And we find that it's very easy to understand. There is no philosophy there. Whenever my desires are fulfilled, I am happy. Very easy to understand. No high philosophy is needed. I have so many desires, and Veda mantras are there which will tell you which ritual to do, which mantra to chant, etc. And do those rituals, and then you fulfill your desire. You are happy. But then what is the problem? The problem is we have so many desires. And every time there is a desire, what is the law? That desire has to be fulfilled. So at the time of death, if there is a desire which is not fulfilled, what happens? Come back to fulfill that desire. Coming back means what? Come back in a particular body, interact with particular sense organs. Then everything will come. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, everything has to come. So actually when I am choosing desires, I am choosing sorrow. It appears that I am choosing happiness, but actually I am not choosing happiness. It is a sugar-coated sorrow. Now the question is, how much can your vision penetrate? What are you seeing? The external sugar coating or the internal sorrow? The immature minds get stuck with the external sugar coating. The mature minds are able to penetrate deep and they are able to see the end result. For such mature minds, Upanishads are given. Jnanakanda is given. Today morning we saw Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha Nirvedamayat Nastya Krita Kritena. May he become dispassionate. How? Let him go through all the experiences of life. Let him test the world, seeking happiness. Let him try to be happy. By all means, indulge in everything. But with an alert mind, conscious mind. Is there truly their happiness there? Pariksha Lokan. Finally you come to know there is no happiness anywhere in this world. In any pleasure, in anything, being or situation. Nirvedamayat, may he become dispassionate. So, spirituality has a bitter beginning. It is not a sweet beginning, it is a bitter beginning. What is that bitterness in the beginning? I find that there is no joy anywhere. I find that there is only misery everywhere. Every indulgence there is. That is how the world is designed. Agre amrutopamam pariname vishamiva. In the beginning it is nectarian, all worldly pleasures. But in the end it is all poisonous, visham. This is a great compassion of the Lord. That He has designed the world to be poisonously sorrowful. It is compassion. Why do you say it is compassion? Just imagine if suppose this world is a wonderful world full of joy, permanent joy. What will happen? Nobody will seek God. Everybody will seek world only. So then what happens? Infinite cycles of punarapi jannam, punarapi maranam. So it is a compassion of the Lord that world is designed in such a way that nobody can be happy here. No thinking person can be happy. No mature person can be happy in this world. The world is designed that way. No relationship can give you fulfillment. That relationship you may be starting with a beautiful sweet tone. Very soon it becomes bitter. That is Bhagavan's compassion. Exactly like, the womb is not designed to carry the child forever. Womb is designed in such a way the child grows, and as the child grows, the womb pushes the child out. Get out! That's what the womb says. This is not your place. Grow big and get out. This place doesn't belong to you. That is what the womb says. And finally when the child is fully grown, that Vayu is called Prasuti Vayu. the wind of delivery. It pushes the child out. In the same way, this world is also a womb. We are here to grow. And what is the growth? From tamas to rajas, from rajas to sattva. And once that Jivatma is fully grown, becomes fit to unite with God, becomes fit to know his own true nature, he is pushed out of this world. That is called as liberation. So this has to be properly understood. So if you are miserable in this world, congratulations. You are on the right track. So therefore, if you want to be worldly happy, then don't come to this class. I'll make you miserable. That is a necessary condition to make you value this knowledge. Correct? If you are in the bliss of ignorance, knowledge can be painful. Because I am here to prove that ignorance is not bliss, ignorance is blister. So first description of blister, description of pain. Then comes ointment of knowledge. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Cut off this tree. Don't nourish this. Because you are not nourishing happiness, you are nourishing future misery. Ego can give you only misery. Nourishing the tree means nourishing the ego. It can give you only misery. No egoistic person can ever be happy. And as I said, this world is a womb which will crush your ego. The world is designed that way. That's why this world is called ICU. What is ICU? ICU means intensive care unit. Everybody is intensely taken care by the Lord. That is one meaning. Everybody is personally taken care by the Lord. He sits in the heart and takes care of you. And everybody is given 100% attention. It is not like a mother who is having 10 children, so her attention is by 10. Bhagavan is not like that. 100% attention is given to each and every one. ICU, intensive care unit. Care is given intensely, wholeheartedly. That is one meaning. Another meaning is ICU means eye-crushing university. The world is designed that way. It will crush your ego. It's a university. And right people will be placed in your life, in your family, in your profession. Some mother-in-law, some daughter-in-law, somebody will be there. And they will remain with you. They will not go away. Put together. And each one will be polishing the other. Eye-crushing university. Now, what do the wise people do? Instead of somebody crushing my ego, let me crush my ego myself. That is wisdom. Because when somebody crushes my ego, it is very painful. But when I wholeheartedly crush my ego, it is not painful. When I understand that this ego is the cause of all my suffering, and when I consciously puncture my ego, that is not painful. And that's what we have to do after studying the scriptures. My enemy is not somebody. My enemy is my own bloated ego. And who is bloating this ego? Me, myself. Consciously puncturing the ego is the job of any spiritual seeker. Ahamapetakam nijavibhanakam mahadidam tapo ramanavagiyam. Mahadidam tapaha. This is the greatest austerity you have to do in this world, says Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. What is that mahad idam tapaha? Aham apetakam. That tapas which makes your ego fall, nijavibhanakam, and allows that Supreme Lord to shine in your heart. Make way for the Lord in your heart. You step out. Let the Lord rule your heart. Consciously stepping out from God's way. That tapas is the greatest tapas. So this tapas is like committing suicide. They are all tough terms, but actually it is suicide only, isn't it? What is suicide? Killing oneself. Now here, when you kill the lower self, you come to know that you are the higher self. You kill the illusory self to live as the Supreme Self. Now killing this self is something we have to do consciously, intelligently, persistently. That becomes spiritual tapas, spiritual austerity. So that is what we are going to do now. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Chop this tree. Asanga shastram. Ego grows with likes and dislikes. Likes and dislike and ego, they are connected. The more and more you fulfill your likes and dislikes, ego starts growing. So apply this acts of asanga. Disassociation. Non-cooperation, asanga. Non-cooperation with this ego. Never allow any situation in life to pamper your ego. Swami Shivanji Maharaj, you know Swami Shivanji Maharaj? Divine Life Society. Swami Shivanji Maharaj is the one who gave sannyasa diksha to Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmaya. You know what he used to do? He used to go to such houses for bhiksha, you see. Sannyasis have to go for bhiksha. Deliberately he will go to such houses where he will get lot of abuses. Shivanji Maharaj was a huge figure. 6 feet. Very healthy, sturdy. We deliberately go to such house. He knows that this person is a very irritable fellow. Doesn't believe in God. Doesn't believe in sadhu mahatmas. An evil, wicked person. He will go, sir, bhiksham dehi. And that person would shout at him, flying in rage. Such a healthy fellow, can't you work and eat? He would hear and look within. Is my ego getting hurt? If there is a hurt feeling, it means that ego is still alive. So that person is doing a great service to me. Something which I cannot do, he is doing it. He is my guru. You see. On his birthday, so many people would come and put hara and all that and praise him and this and that. Swami Shivanji Maharaj would allow. Because disciples also become. Everybody is benefited. But then when everything is over, he would come to his kutia. 2 old chappals are there in the bathroom. He would beat himself with the chappal. Old slippers. Oh, now you have got all these garlands. Now take this also. This is what you deserve. You see, puncturing the ego. There's a beautiful quote by Gurudev. When ego enters, Lord vanishes. And when the ego vanishes, Lord enters. This is the role of the heart. Heart can be occupied only by one entity, either the ego or the Lord. Now who has to decide, who has to occupy? I have to decide, because heart is mine. I will have to decide. So the Mahatmas, they consciously chase away the ego, so that Bhagavan can fully occupy that simhasana, that throne. So this is the sadhana we have to do. Tatav padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyah. So this is what we have to do at the seat of meditation. Turn your attention to the Lord. Lord is already there. Detach yourself from all this BMI. So yesterday I was talking about that dhyana abhyas. At the seat of meditation, what are the two entities you will see? One is witnessing consciousness, the other is witnessed thoughts. Tatav padam tat parimargitavyam. Parimargitavyam, do the inquiry. That padam, everybody is carrying that padam, that state of consciousness. Turn your attention there. But if you have to turn your attention from the thoughts to consciousness, what is the necessary qualification? You must be able to detach from the thoughts and attach to consciousness. Two things you have to do. Detaching, attaching. Now what will help detach from worldly thoughts? What helps is Vairagya, Asanga Shastra. As long as I think that thoughts are important, thoughts are needed, thoughts are valuable, it is contributing to my happiness, then you cannot drop that thought. You get stuck with the thought and get carried away by the thought. So this is called as raga or ragadvesha. So whenever mind is filled with ragadvesha, you will find yourself getting carried away by the thoughts. In fact, you even forget that you are sitting for meditation. That is the power of these thoughts. And to the extent these ragadvesha are intense, to that extent these thoughts tend to become a whirlpool. You know what is whirlpool? Powerful whirlpool, you just come at the boundary, that is enough. It will suck you into that center. Wherever there are intense likes and dislikes, remember everything is a whirlpool and you are maneuvering your boat in a stream full of whirlpools. You think of something and suddenly something comes, oh, that person, he spoke such and such thing to me 20 years back. The mind gets there. Without your knowledge, you are in the whirlpool. Whirlpool means what? Constantly thinking about that person, what that person did to you, what that person spoke to you, all the events, people associated with those events. That is called as whirlpool. So who is suffering? That person who was not even knowing that what you are doing is thinking of. You are unnecessarily suffering. So more and more such whirlpools of likes and dislikes we have, we get stuck up here and there. That mind is not available for meditation upon the self. Silently I suffer. You see, unless you are sensitive, you will not even find it to be suffering. You understand? Even to realize that a chattering mind is a suffering, you should be sensitive. As you progress in spirituality, mind becomes more and more sensitive, more and more sensitive, more and more sensitive. That's what happens in spiritual progress. And a sensitive mind is necessary to experience subtle pains. They're all subtle pain. You see a dust particle under your feet. Are you aware? You are not even aware. Very same dust particle in your eyes. Life is miserable. This is also skin, this is also skin. But what is the difference? The difference is sensitivity. So what is the difference between a worldly person and a spiritual person? The difference is this, sensitivity. All the great Mahatmas and all, the moment they forget God, they are like fish out of water. We are permanently forgetting God and we are very comfortable. In fact, sometimes remembering God is painful. You see the difference? Tataf padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuya. So at the seat of meditation, you are turning away your attention from the worldly thoughts. You are fixing your attention upon consciousness. So two things, detach from the world, attach to consciousness. So if the mind is prepared, you will find that the moment you are entertaining worldly thoughts, you start feeling misery. And that pain makes you aware that I am going somewhere, I am going wrong. What am I doing? Oh, look, I am going along with the thoughts. Stop it. Turn your attention to the self. And the moment attention is turned towards the self, what happens? The sorrow of the world ends, the bliss of the self starts increasing. This is how you know that you are going in the right track or you are going the wrong track. Joy and sorrow at the seat of meditation. The more and more your attention is towards that supreme truth, that urdhva moolam, that paramapadam, that pure consciousness, the joy increases. Everything is fine. At the seat of meditation also, every time the ego rises, puncture it. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. I bow down to that Supreme Lord. Yataf pravrittif prasrta purani. Now what is the best way of puncturing the ego? What is the best way of surrendering? Just pay attention to the realities of life. That's all what is needed. You see, Bhagavan is very, very compassionate. He has not created the world to pamper the ego. He has created the world in such a way that we can easily drop our ego. You see, that is where you see that love of God. Just like, mother feeding the child. Mother knows the capacity of the child, so therefore she will spoon feed the child. Only that food is given which the child can digest. She will never create any problem for the child. In the same way, Bhagavan is our father and mother. Pitahamasya jagato mata dhata pitama. Will he create a world where our greatest enemy, our ego, he will pamper? Never. He will only make the path clear. Just like the child who is learning to walk, what will the mother say? Come. So mother is happy when the child walks. Mother is not happy when the child falls. In the same way, when we progress spiritually, he is very happy. So therefore world is designed in such a way that we can easily drop the ego. How did he create the world? You just observe yourself. Even to survive on this planet, yesterday I was telling this, how many factors are necessary? Food is necessary, shelter, out factors, food, shelter, clothing, right temperature, humidity, varieties of mixture of gases. How many factors? Infinite factors. Right distance between sun, earth, right speed of rotation. Yes or no? Infinite factors are necessary to keep ourselves alive on this planet. Again, inside the body, so many organs have to function, liver, kidney, etc. Every blood vessel has to function, nerve system, complicated it is. Infinite factors inside, infinite factors outside. How many factors are in our control? Not even one. Deliberately has done that, so that we will not have the ego of living. You know I am alive because I keep all these factors. Even during sleep we are breathing because His grace. He has designed the system so beautifully well. We can never have ego of living. You know I am the one who is beating the heart. You know digestion is happening. I am efficiently doing it, you see. How I am talking, how I am hearing, how I am seeing, I don't know. How am I thinking? I don't know. You see, little things you pay attention and give the credit to God. Far away things, you do something with your eyes and you are able to see far away. But you are not able to see the near. The moment you look at the near, you do something, and what you are doing, even you don't know. That power ability is given. What that ability is, I don't know. How is the hand moving, I don't know, but ability is given. Isn't it? So the fact of life is, I don't know anything. So these 4 Mahavakyas always remember. Number 1, I am nothing. Number 2, I know nothing. Number 3, I have nothing. Number 4, I can do nothing. Your life will be blissfully peaceful. Don't say Am Brahmasmi, then you are in trouble. Then at the seat of meditation you will think, how can I be Brahman? But I am nothing. That is very easy to prove. Just look at your own heart. Just ask your intellect this question, how are you beating your heart? Intellect is quiet, finished. Therefore I am nothing. With proof you can prove that I am nothing. So for the beginners, this is the Mahavakya. 4 Mahavakyas. What are they? I am nothing. I know nothing. I have nothing. I can do nothing. Any objection? You can raise your hand. Swamiji is very clear. That's what I said. Bhagavan out of His infinite compassion has created the world in such a way that we can never have ego of anything. Yes or no? Just pay attention to the reality, that's all. Every time the ego takes credit for it, I start asking this question. For any success, any award, any reward, any recognition, how many factors have to come together? Generally they say, Tan Padi Devam Padi. Swamiji, 50% my effort, 50% God's grace. In that 50% of effort, start analyzing. You will find that there is not even 1% of yours. Nothing is yours. For any success, the most important thing is inspiration. Ask this question, where is this inspiration coming from? How did you create that inspiration? We have no answer. Finally, when you truly analyze, it becomes 0-100%. 0% self-effort, 100% God's grace. This is a fact. The moment from the depth of your heart this statement comes, Bhagavan, it is only by your grace that this has happened. If it comes, you are liberated. That is liberation. When say, Bhagavan, thy will, not mine. It's a fact. But suppose you say, Tan padi devam padi. Bhagavan, I have put forth effort. No. I also have done something. No. Then come back. Because you are nourishing your ego. The world is designed to puncture the ego. And that compassionate Lord has kept everything perfect. We cannot take credit for anything. Action is being done by His grace. Results are given by His grace. Body is maintained by His grace. Conducive environment is given by Him. What credit can we take? Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Bhagavan, I bow down to you. That adyam purusham. Yatav pravrittihi prasirta. Purani pravritti. Outside also pravritti is happening. Inside also pravritti is happening. Pravritti means activity. The sun, moon, stars, cosmos, seasons, so many pravrittis are happening. That is external. Internal also. Digestion, blood circulation, excretion, so many things are happening. Respiration. Everything He is only taking care. Bahya pravritti and anta pravritti. Be aware of this. And a result of being aware, be humble. This is how you become humble. With right understanding. Not by just going on saying, God, by your grace everything happened. Deep down I know, it's because of me only everything happened. They come. Swamiji, all by your grace, Swamiji. But deep down, I only worked, Swamiji. What did you do, Swamiji? That lip service is not going to help. From the depth of your heart, you should say, Bhagavan, everything happened because of you only. Ego will not agree. Immediately tell the ego, what is your contribution? Tell me one contribution. There is not even one. So to the extent you starve the ego and kill that fellow, to that extent divine will take over. This is the tapas. I don't want that egoistic joy. Because that joy is not joy, it is pain. In the beginning it may appear as joy, but it is poison only. It is not amritam, it is visham. Every time I am indulging in egoistic joys, of victory, of success, of conquering, every time I am indulging the ego, indulging in the egoistic joy, what is happening to the ego? It becomes strong. So unconsciously I am nourishing this ego. So this is how we have to live. In this way when we live, what happens? Next verse, a very important verse, a beautiful verse. Repeat once. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha santnehi Gacchantya mudha padam avyayam tat Together Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha santnehi Gachantyamudha padamavyayam tat. Such a person, amudhaha, wise person, free from delusion, tat avyayam padam gachanti. Such people, wise people, they attain that avyayam padam, imperishable state. What is that state? It is nothing but our own self. It is not somewhere outside. Some Vaikuntha, some Kailasa. No, 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 no. Knowing myself as I am, as Satchidanand. That is that padam. Avyayam padam. Which is nothing but Urdhva Moolam. Which itself is the name of this chapter. Purushottama. Uttama Purusha. They are all synonymous. Such a person reaches this state. Who is that person? So now certain terms are given. Let us rearrange the term a little so that there is a logical thought flow. So first term I will use Adhyatma Nitya. As a result of Adhyatma Nityaha, Nirmana Moha. As a result of Nirmana Moha, Jita Sanga Dosha and Vinivritta Kama. As a result of that, Dvandvair Vimukta. As a result of that, Gachanti Avyayam Padam. So first we will put Adhyatma Nitya. That's all. The rest everything is the same. So to understand this glory, we have to first discuss the case of Adhyatma Shunya. Adhyatma Shunya means what? Those who have absolutely no value for spiritual knowledge. Completely worldly person. In fact, they hate spiritual, all this kind of discussion. Atheist, worldly person, materialist person. Let us first discuss that. Only in the background of darkness stars shine. So therefore, first, how do we bring suffering for ourselves? That we have to discuss. So the first one is Adhyatma Nityaha, opposite. Adhyatma Shunya. What happens to them? So that first term, Nirmana Moha, we'll put it as Abhimana Moha. Mahanam means ego. Abhimanam, bloated ego. This is what comes. Any person who is not seriously doing spiritual sadhana, first thing that happens is his ego will be very big. The purpose of life itself is indulging in egoistic joys. He will do everything to bloat his ego, because every time ego expands there is a joy, and he misunderstands that this is the real joy. And the more and more the ego grows, the next one, see, both of them are put together, Mana and Moha. There is a purpose. Moha means delusion. Greater the ego, greater will be the delusion. So they are put together. Abhimana Moha. Delusion with respect to everything. Any topic you take, morning also we are discussing this. About one's own existence, it starts from there. How do you define your existence? Ask this egoistic person. He will say, what is there to discuss? This body is me. I am this. Why are you wasting your time in self-enquiry? What is there to inquire? This is me. Body was born, I was born. Body will die, I will go. Whatever is happening inside the body, I feel it. Outside the body, I don't feel. Naturally, it is me. So his self-definition is, I am this body. This is Moha. Remember, Sat aspect, there is Moha. Now, what is your definition of happiness? Ananda. Whenever I indulge in sense pleasures, there is joy. Therefore, what is the definition of happiness? Indulge in pleasures and expansion of ego. That is Ananda. Such a person, when he sits for meditation, what happens? Meditation means looking within. What does he find in his own heart? A healthy muscular ego sitting on that heart throne. Now, will he be happy with that? Never, because ego means limitation. Ego means imperfection. Every body is limited, every mind is limited, intellect is limited, therefore ego is limited. Ego is imperfect. So when you are looking into your own heart, you find the ego. Are you happy with it? No. You are looking at your own imperfection. You can never be happy. So inside happiness is not there. So naturally there is only one place to search for happiness. Where? Outside. Outside what do I find? Sense pleasures. And then there is a pleasure in indulgence. I misunderstand this pleasure to be the real happiness. This is called as moha. What is the definition of moha? Atasmin tad buddhi. What is not there you see it, what is there you don't see it. That is called as moha. Happiness is inside, you don't find it. Happiness is not there outside, you find only there. This is the wonder of mana. It creates moha. So now, the world is a source of happiness, therefore I should know more and more of the world. Chit, knowledge. There is nothing to know about me, I know myself. Now only one thing which is left is the world. Let me do more and more research in the world. Pay attention to the world, because world is a source of my happiness. Again moha, you see. All the time attention is outside. No attention is inside. My treasure lies out, not in. Paranchikhani vyatranat swayambhu tasmat parang pashyate na antaratman. Deluded people all the time outward. Why? Because they think their treasure, their happiness, their security, everything is outward. So naturally such a person will have no time for meditation, prayer, etc. No. These are all the expressions of moha, delusion. You see how many ways we suffer. Now, what is the next? World is a source of happiness. Now, there are two things in this world. Number one, that which I have not attained. Number two, that which I have already attained. Only two things are there. So, what will be your attitude towards them? That is where yoga kshema comes. Yoga is striving to acquire what I don't have. Kshema is preserving that which I have. So what I have, what will be my relationship with those things, beings or situations? Sangha dosha. Not jita sangha dosha, opposite of jita sangha dosha. Sasanga dosha, let us say. Sangha dosha. Sangha means attachment. Those things which are with me, I become unhealthily attached to it. Without this, I can't even think of living. You get addicted to it. You become a slave of those things, beings and situations. Slavery is the result. I can't even think of without these things. That is called as sangam. Attachment, unhealthy attachment. When that thing goes away, I become miserable. Sangha dosha. This is with respect to things which I already have. Which I don't have. Vinivritta kama opposite. Pravritta kama, let us say. All the time the mind is thinking of how to get this, how to get this, how to get this. Without that thing, I cannot be happy. I must get it. Somehow or the other, I must get it. Hook or crook, I must get it. So things which I don't have, I crave for it. Things which I have, I am addicted for it. This is called as Dvandvai Sayukta. Not Vimukta, Dvandvai. Dvandva. Now the things, beings and situations of the world, everything is uncertain. There is no guarantee that it will be there with you forever. We don't have control over them. Now what have I done? By making this philosophy that things, beings and situations of the world is the source of my happiness, I have become a slave to these things, beings, situations. Slavery is the result. Dvandva means what? Whatever happens in the outer world starts affecting my peace. When I get what I want, I am happy. When I don't get what I want, I am miserable. That is called as Dvandva. Just like a person in the ocean. When the wave goes up, he goes up. When the wave goes down, he goes down. And the world is nothing but pairs of opposites. Sukha, dukkha, labha, nashta, mana, apamana, ninda, stuti. Victory, defeat, gain, loss, health, disease. This is the world. What is his mind? All the time disturbed, worried, anxious, stressed, bored, lonely. All those negative terms, whatever you have, you put it here. That is Dvandva. You see? He is miserable. Look at your own life and look at others' life also. This is our biography. Where did it start? Adhyatma Shunya. Such people are called Mudha. There's a big price to be paid for ignoring spirituality. Big price. What is the proof that I am intelligently living my life? Peace of mind is a proof. How peacefully you are able to handle all situations. How beautifully you handle situations. How beautifully you handle people. How beautifully you handle yourself. Amidst all ups and downs, how peaceful your mind is. Samatvam yoga uchyate. That's the definition. Equanimity of mind is yoga. Outer world of things, beings and situation is not in my control, but my peace of mind, if it is in my control, that is intelligent living. Gita doesn't teach you how to succeed all the time. People have this wrong notion. Gita way of management means what? Gita teaches you how to be successful all the time. No! Sorry. Gita doesn't teach you how to be successful and victorious all the time. What Gita teaches you is, at all times, how to be peaceful. This is what Gita teaches. Sukha dukkhe same krutva, labha labhau, jaya jayo. Same krutva. This is what Gita teaches. And that all actually matters, because my happiness is nothing but my peace of mind. My real happiness has nothing to do with victory, gain, loss, etc. My real happiness is my state of mind. If my mind is peaceful, I am happy. If the mind is disturbed, I am miserable. And my peace is directly connected to my ego. Because ego means delusion. And delusion means slavery. It is impossible that a person is egoistic and he has no stress, worry, tension, anxiety. Impossible. Rather, we can make a relationship. Tension, worry, anxiety is directly proportional to your ego. Because the egoistic person is an insistent person. And the more and more you insist upon certain things, certain happening, you will be miserable. The world has its own waves and ways, ready to accommodate with any ups and downs. Adjust with any ups and downs. It is possible only for an egoless person. Egoless person is able to adjust with anything. It's like the lubricating oil, you know. If there is a gap, it will go. If there is no gap, it's okay. It's not like hard thing, you know. The creaking sound from that door, where is that creaking sound coming from? Egoistic nail. I will not give up. Okay, I will also not give up. Oh, creaking sound. Then you put some lubrication oil. He solves all the problem. Egoistic person is insistent person. Egoless person is adjusting person. He adjusts with everything. And you will be amazed, egoless person is always loved by everybody. Everybody will love the egoist because he adjusts with anything. So this is one way to understand how much ego I have. People around me, do they love me? If people are giving excuses to escape from me, don't blame that person. He is just a mirror that is showing your terrible face. Sir, I am very busy, sir. I don't have time. Oh, I am really sorry. If so many people are doing that, you have a repelling personality, a stinking personality. Don't search for the stink outside. Somewhere deep down it is there. You know that deer. In that deer case, some fragrance is coming. In an egoistic person also, that stink is coming. Ego stinks. Nobody can stand. Your own near and dear ones cannot stand it. Because ego is rooted in illusion. Humility is rooted in truth. Humility is fragrance. Ego is stink. So if people are running away from you, don't blame the world. Adhyatma nityaha should definitely lead to nirmana. So that is where spiritual sadhana comes. Adhyatma nitya. Every day spiritual sadhana must be there. Study of the scriptures, meditation, prayer, devotion, all those spiritual practices, that is called as Adhyatma Nitya. Everywhere you will find that the target is ego only. Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Selfless service, egoless service. So who is the target? Ego. Bhakti Yoga. Surrendering unto Bhagavan. Who is the target? Ego. Jnana Yoga. Understanding the illusory nature of the ego. Target is ego. All these yogas are targeting the ego. So with Adhyatma Nityaha, what should happen? Nirmana has to happen. Mana should go away. And as the mana goes away, what comes? Moha also goes away. Delusion goes away. When the heart becomes more and more pure, such a person, when he sits for meditation, what does he find inside? In his own heart, he finds the presence of the Lord. And what is the nature of the Lord? Satchit Ananda is the nature of the Lord. So when he looks within, what does he find? The bliss of the self, peace of the self, Ananda of the self. He is fully fulfilled. He finds a true happiness inside. As a result, as a consequence, as a byproduct, what happens? He stops searching happiness for the outside. Basic needs, that is enough. Sangha dosha and kama dosha goes away. He is not attached to anyone. Unhealthily attached to anyone. He has a healthy detachment with everyone. He doesn't hang on to anyone for happiness. Because he has found the real happiness, real joy within. The more and more you are fulfilled inside, you become independent from the outer world. Inner fulfillment leads to outer independence. If things are there, fine. If it is not there, fine. You may have mild preferences, but that's okay. You don't have insistence, you have only preference. And even if it doesn't happen, it's fine. Because the real source of happiness is not the outer world, the real source of happiness is the inner Lord. So that is why he becomes jitasanga dosha and vinivritta kama. And naturally, therefore, dvandvaihi vimukta. Ups and downs of life doesn't affect him at all. Because Bhagavan is always with him. He never comes and goes. Remember, dvandva is not for Bhagavan, okay? Today Bhagavan is there, tomorrow it is not there. Then there is a problem. The self is always Ananda Swarupa. There is no dvandva there. There is no uncertainty there. It is a certain thing. It is always there. Like the screen. Whether movie is there or not, screen is always there. In the same way, consciousness is always there. Nothing wrong in getting attached to consciousness. Sometimes people say, Swamiji, attachment is bad. So therefore attachment to God is also bad. No, Swamiji. Attachment to God is not bad because God is always with you. Attachment to anything perishable is bad because it will lead to sorrow. Attachment to anything which is uncertain is bad, which is a problem. Attachment to something which is eternally there with you, what is the problem? If the fire is attached to heat, what is the problem? No problem. You see, that is how this person becomes dvandvaihi vimukta. And rooted in the self, that self itself is tatpadam. Amudha, wise people, they attain that supreme state. Today we covered only one verse. Later on we will do 2020. Okay, now test is going on. Okay, more of it we will see tomorrow. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om purnamadav purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate, purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.